it's Julie here. Welcome back, or hello to those who've not been on my channel before. This is my New York travel journal part 2, so I hope you'll have fun walking through this with me. So I'll just start. This journal actually I made before I left to go on holiday. We are celebrating a 50th birthday, not mine, but one of my friends, so that's what she wanted to do. So we are currently just back, and I've taken a bit of time to sort of put this together to show you, and so here goes. If you haven't seen my previous video, you can see that and how I put this together. And so here goes. This is the first page, and it's just a little self-portrait on some vellum, and I documented some bits and bobs there before we went. An envelope for ephemera, and this shows you a page here which I tipped in, and I bought this book here before I left, and I just wanted to use it for images because I liked the sort of vintage images that were in it, and the vintage illustrations. And this is just, sorry for the shaking here, this is just a collage page before I left. I was sort of experimenting with the sprocket, which gives you some really nice little photographs, a bit like the photo booth images. And this page here is really just the start of the travelling, so I've documented that here. And you'll see throughout the book there's some stickers that I got from Redbubble, I think it was, before I left, so that you'll see some of those, and an old-fashioned aeroplane. Day one we went to the Empire State Building, and this is us at the top, and we had an absolutely fantastic time looking out onto New York. The views were just amazing, and this postcard I've tipped in here, I could do some more writing on it, but typically I would come back at the end of the day and write what we did, and then and I did a little bit of painting as well. Also, there are dragonflies in New York City, which I didn't know about, so that was a surprise, a nice surprise. And these are some other stickers from Redbubble. Also, when we were out and about, we went to the memorial, the 9/11 memorial, and we came across a church called St Paul's Chapel, and we very much were moved when we went in there, because we weren't sure what that was at the time until later on we realised what the significance of this church was. So I'm very, very happy that I went there and paid respects to the people there. So that's that. And later that night we went on a boat trip on the river and went past the Statue of Liberty at night, which was lovely, really nice. Then day 2 we went on a museum, sort of more cultural trip, had a day than we were going to do. So we ended up going to the Met first and got hopelessly lost in there because it's huge. And then we came across the exhibition called Camp Notes on Fashion, which I'm sure you're all aware that all the celebrities at the Met Ball this year, their outfits, their theme was camp, so that's what we did. We went to see those. There's some really outrageous outfits, but amazing ones as well. And this was one of them as well. This was a Burberry cape, sort of rainbow Burberry cape. And then we went to the Guggenheim, saw some Picassos and various other famous artists. Then we ended up going to Grand Central Terminal, and we did that too. That was lovely in there. And then at night we ended up going to a jazz club, a supper club, which this lady Leslie Harrison was singing some jazz numbers. I think it was Stevie Wonder's, some of Stevie Wonder's songs. So that was amazing, that was good. A nice end to the day. And moving on to day 3, we went to Central Park, and we got hopelessly lost in Central Park. And we ended up we did find Strawberry Fields, where John Lennon's sort of tribute Imagine sort of mosaic that was there. So we saw that. That was very busy. And lots of wildlife, turtles and birds, and lots and lots of dogs. And later that night we went to a show, Tootsie. We went to that. So that's just my tickets and some journaling about that. Typically tried to write down the number of miles we walked each day and what the weather was like. So that's that. So moving on to day 4, we went to the High Line around Chelsea Market area and went into Anthropologie and got this lovely bag and these little notelets here, which says great things are done by a series of small things brought together. So that was in there. So I had to use this bag in my journal, and this here comes from a Trader Joe's bag, which I thought was quite apt because obviously I like the bag and I'd like to hang it maybe on the wall, but no, it's went into my journal. And this is a wee bit of history about the High Line. I thought that was apt because it was reusing or redoing something that was laying derelict for quite a number of years before it became sort of a garden up in the high ground of the old railway. And I'm very interested in all the plants and things like that as being a community gardener. So I was really up for that. It was lovely there. We also went to Sephora and picked up some makeup. So that was just a wee tribute. Some washi tape to that. And more dragonflies. And then day 5 we went back to Central Park again, and we went to the Bethesda fountain and along the avenue with all the lovely trees, and we visited the 5th Avenue with all the lovely shops, Tiffany's and Cartier and all those types of shops. But because it was a memorial holiday, I can't speak, the Memorial Holiday weekend in the Rockefeller Plaza, there was a lot going on there, so we grabbed a coffee here, and we just kind of soaked up the atmosphere from there, and we had lunch in Papillon, and I think that's how you pronounce it. And it was a lovely kind of French style restaurant. And then Radio City and the NBC studios was another stop off point. So there's a lot going on that day. And then day 6 was the full day that we had left. So what we did was we went to Canal Street back in Chinatown, and we bought some souvenirs and mooched about there for a wee while. And when we came back into Times Square, it was very much raining, so we ran into the Hard Rock Cafe and we had lunch there and had a huge big salad. Well, I had a huge big salad that I couldn't eat it all, and so yeah. And these two ladies, who are sisters, they were freezing cold because the aircon was full blast and it was actually really cold in there, so they donned on their scarves. And then at night time, what we did was we went on another bus tour a lot over the Washington Bridge to see the lights, which was absolutely fabulous, and it was a great end to the holiday. We tried to get photographs, but it just, we just thought, we can't do this. It didn't do it any justice, so what we ended up doing was putting our phones away and just enjoying the experience. And you can see them there enjoying that. And then day 7 was the day we were going home, but we had a few hours to kill, so we ended up going to Macy's, and then we went to a diner called TikTok. So we had some brunch in there, and then it was goodbye New York and back to Glasgow. So this is where I live. So yeah, that was that. And yeah, this was a spread that I did about the metro or the subway, and how sort of difficult we found it to get around, even though the map shows you, but it's quite sort of complicated. And as you can see, it's complicated, people. So yeah, but we did get sort of used to it by the end of the week, and sort of felt that we kind of knew where we were going. And that's my Metro card. That's an Explorer Pass, so if anyone's ever going to New York and you're staying for a bit, I get one of these because these are really good. So that photograph there was just, I tried to recreate the picture in the front with 3 of us, and then I did a drawing or a little painting of it, and I journaled about being 50. Well, I'm over 50 now, so that's a bit about that. And then some more images from the Trader Joe's bag that I had. And that's just a huge big sticker that I got. And yeah, this is the sort of end. There was, as I was talking to people about the holiday, there were certain things that I'd kind of forgotten about. So I wanted to do a PS at the back, and I wanted to incorporate the New York Times as well as $1, so that I could maybe write on it at another date if I wanted to, and if there was other things that I'd forgotten about. So that's that. There's a nod to the chap who did the illustrations, M. Sasek, who illustrated the New York book, this one here. So I just wanted a wee nod to him as well. And also, I had, before I left, I'd made some collage sheets, which you would see in my previous video that I'd sort of done, but I never used them. So they'll be used in another thing, I suppose. And that's the back. So, do you like my paper? That's nice, isn't it? So yeah, thanks for listening and walking through this with me. I had an absolute blast putting this together, and I think it's really important to have these types of things in this digital world that we live in, to actually have something, from a holiday So thanks for watching. See you again. Bye.